Wait, there it is. Right? Yeah, that's the ticket. Let's do this, right? It's been a while. Let's do this. It's been a few days. Get in and get things started. Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is July 13th, 2026. And we're going to write a little bit of code today. We're on with our friends from Gunnar. It's so good to see you out there. If you're watching on the Gunnar website or the Gunnar channels on Instagram or X or Twitter, or maybe you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, or you're watching on Friend Feed, right? Friend Feed is still a thing. Maybe you're watching on ICQ, right? Is that still a thing? I've got my AOL Instant Messenger up over here, and I'm keeping track of what's going on right over there. Let me say hello. We've got a few folks joining us in chat. How you doing there? It's so good to see you. Robson Previato and Stony is here. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. A little bit later than my normal streams here. Not gonna lie. I'm normally a morning person, but we're doing a night stream so we have some fun there. Hey, Graham, good to see you. Wear my rarest hat. Well, I'm starting with the Gunnar hat, but if I had, I can show you the rarest hat because I don't like to wear it, because it is rare. Good to see you, Graham. Hello. Yeah, give me 1 second. It's on the shelf behind me here. I will go fetch it, and we're not going to get in trouble on this. This time we won't get in trouble. Give me 1 second here. Let me go grab that real quick. All right. So this hat, I didn't take the stickers off of it because it's rare. Only 64 people get this hat a year. This is the purple NFL hat. And look at it. It kind of blends in with all my color scheme here. Okay. Here's the deal. And I can show this off now and talk a little bit more about it. This hat is given to the officials on the sidelines who work with the Microsoft Surface devices, right? On the sidelines during an American football game, they've got folks that have tablets. And there's a bank of tablets that are on the sideline, and there's a bank of tablets up in the coaches box up at the top of the stadium. No, wait. So there's four. So there's 128 people that get this hat each year. Okay. There's 2 people that work each sideline that are wearing this hat. Okay. There's one that's on the sideline with the coaches and the players. And there's one that's upstairs working with the coaches that are up in the booths at the top of the stadium. So everybody on the sideline during an American football game wears a different color hat if they're associated with the league, right? So there's officials that are wearing solid black hats. There's folks that are medical that are wearing different color hats. Folks that work with the television production and the radio production are wearing bright orange hats. And the folks that are working on the tablets that give the visual communication to the coaches on the other side of the stadium wear a purple hat. And I happen to get one from somebody who worked with the league last year. They get issued new hats each year. So I haven't taken the stickers or anything off of it because this is literally league issued. And that's the only way to get it. So I don't wear this hat. I don't expose it to sunlight because I don't want the color to fade, because the purple is a beautiful shade of purple. And I want to make sure that I preserve it. At some point, it's going to get into a case because it's rare, right? The Gunnar hat that I'm wearing, of course, Gunnar changed logos a little bit. They don't do the black background. They still use the same word mark. You see it down there on the screen. They still use the same word mark, but they don't have the black background and the white oval around it as much anymore. It is purplicious. Yes, that's right, Stony. So I really appreciate the gift of that hat that was smuggled to me. So really cool. You got 100,000 Fritz bits. Well, what are you gonna do with that? I need to come up with some new things to do with the channel points. We'll do something with that. I'm sure we'll do something with that. We're on with our friends from Gunnar tonight. I need to put on a pair of Gunnar glasses to wear, and I was looking for it. I had my octagonal pair. I might have left them. Nope, that's not it. I could wear the Alienware ones. Those are kind of cool. They look weird. Not gonna lie. Maybe it's just because I have a big forehead. But they come in the Alienware glasses. They come in this really cool. It almost looks like a winter coat, fluffy case with the Alienware logo on the outside, and they look kind of like goggles, like ski goggles. Check this out, right? Like they look like ski goggles. Not gonna lie, really cool. There's no shield or anything in the middle, no division, so it kind of flows across like a pair of sunglasses does. They're really cool. I enjoy wearing these, but I feel like they look on my face, particularly right here, because I have such a large forehead. It just looks weird not having anything there, and that's just the shape of my face. You probably have better luck if you've got more hair and you've got a smaller forehead. There's a really cool set of glasses that are coming out from the folks at Gunnar, all around Cyberpunk, the Cyberpunk 2077 series. That looks so cool. Let's go with these ones. These are a pair of the Fallout glasses that look like I'm right out of the vault. So check it out. They've got glasses that are associated with some of your favorite games. Gunnar.com. They're sponsoring tonight's stream. They've got a pair of anniversary remodeled glasses, Crystal Cobalt and Crystal Dusk, that they're releasing that look pretty darn cool in the crystal blue. And get back here. I was looking at those. That wasn't the right one. Zenless Zone Zero. Okay, yeah. It was over here, and it was these Jones right here. Open that up. Yeah. The Intercept and the Oakland in Crystal Dusk. It's like a purple. Looks really neat. But these are older pairs of glasses that have been around for a long time, and they've refreshed them with new frame styles. They look really cool. Not gonna lie, I have a pair of the Intercepts. I don't have I have the Onyx. I don't have the Cobalt. They have a white pair. I haven't seen the white pair, but the Cobalt's kind of cool too. I do like the blue there, but I have a pair of the black, so I'm kind of like, do I really need the blue? I don't know. I don't think so. But like, I've got so many pairs of glasses. Absolutely love them, and I enjoy that I can bounce around between them. Check it out. Gunnar glasses. They're if you have an HSA, if you have an FSA spending accounts in the States with your healthcare plan, you can buy Gunnar glasses on those plans. They are covered. They are included, and you can even get prescription versions of these as well. So big thanks to our friends at Gunnar for their support for tonight's stream. We'll have the Gunnar logo there, and I'll have a little bit on the hat here tonight. Thank you so much, Graham, for the hat request. I'll mark that as complete. We've been working on our streamer map. So we started off with this one that works with Charlie, and Charlie looks like we're offline. What do you mean we're offline? We're not offline. I just had it up and running. Are we looking at a UTC issue because we just turned midnight? I bet we are. But streamer map does work. And we have a couple pins on streamer map already. Exclamation point. Nah, you didn't break it, Stoney. Exclamation point map and then your location, and we'll place a pin on streamermap.live. This is where we're going to be playing around tonight, writing some code. Tonight we're going to be exercising and adding a game to this, the hot cold game, where you as a viewer will be able to guess a location, and we'll see how close it is to the mystery location that's been decided on by the game, and it'll slowly triangulate and tell you here's the closest guessers to the location. So that's what we're building. We're gonna have some fun with that tonight. Let me take a look here. I don't know what's going on there. I need to get some music playing in the background. So let's go over here. And did I see? I did. That isn't what I was looking for. I want Spotify. We like to have Spotify playing in the background. If you're watching on my channel, you're gonna be able to hear Spotify playing here in the background. I have a new audio device. I need to get it dropped in here, but I don't have it up and running for this stream. So if you're watching on the Gunnar channels, you're not going to hear the background music. Not a big deal, but just so you know. This is the Stream Beats Synthwave playlist, just some groovy music to have in the background while we're having some fun writing some code. Let me turn down the music slightly. Yeah, there you go. Once again, this is music from streambeats.com. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for this music we're listening to today. So we were working on this idea of this hot cold game, kind of triangulate, guess a location game together with our viewers. And I got Copilot to build a huge chunk of this the other day. A huge chunk. And we need to dive in and see what's working, what isn't working, test this, and get ready to roll this out so that more folks can play this than just me clicking through here locally. So I had it go and build some tests. I don't know if the tests work. I don't know if they don't work. I'm, quite frankly, just going to start the AI prompt over. And I'm going to change my model to, well, that's interesting. That wasn't what I expected to see there. I'm going to change it over to auto. And I'm going to make sure that my agent is Squawk. So let's take a look and see what works, what doesn't work, and see if we can have some fun with this. Busy Signal 94, how you doing there in Huntsville, Alabama? Good to see you. All right, there you go. Got a pin on the map for you there. In the neighborhood of St. Jude. Still 2 states over, but that's all right. Pretty cool. Skinny Stick, how you doing there? In Waxahachie. Some of my Texan friends were trying to get me to mispronounce Waxahachie. No, it's Waxahachie, not Waxahachie. Waxahachie, right? I got that right? Jay Tandon, how you doing there in Manchester? Good to see you. So let me head back over to this. All right, it says it's running. We'll take a look at the application. So this runs with Aspire, so I get a cool little dashboard that looks like that. It's still booting up. It's going to set up a dev tunnel here. I've been trying to shut that off for a while. Why? Did I mispronounce it? Did I get it right? Here we go. So I will start the website, head over here, and Go to my dashboard. Yeah. Get me logged in. And the idea here, good, it is listening on my channel. Enable hot cold overlay. And there it is, a hot cold game controls, which we were thinking of renaming to Where Am I or something like that. So it is enable. It hasn't started yet. Phase and a public endpoint. So I should be able to start a match. Okay, it says it started. Let me open my map. Okay, round 1 of 5. So the streamer can start the whole hot cold round from the dashboard. You can spectate now and log in with Twitch before the next round begins. Well, I am logged in. There is, so I guess I didn't get a login button. Go ahead, start the round. No curated secret locations are available. Really? All right, let's start it there. I had it right. Yes. Thank you, Skinny Stick. I'm talking to somebody named Skinny Stick. You think it was funny they were trying to get me to right? They took me on a tour of Texas town names and trying to get me to say things wrong. And then I took them on a selection of southeastern Pennsylvania town names, and towns like Conshohocken and Schuylkill Valley. Like, no, you're not going to get these right. Manioc. I got to tell you about where I was this weekend. Let me have it investigate why I'm not getting some resources there. So no curated hot cold locations are available. So I'm trying to test the hot cold game locally here. And when I click the start round button, I get the following error message. And we'll just paste that in and let it take a look. There are a couple places in Texas where the city names make 0 sense. So while this is looking at this, I got to tell you, this weekend, I was visiting with some friends in, and we were camping out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster, not Lancaster. Lancaster. They pronounce it differently in New Jersey and in New York, but Lancaster. And I was lucky enough to visit one of those 3 towns in Pennsylvania that are right next to each other that folks always laugh at. And that's Blue Ball, Bird in Hand. I didn't visit those 2. I visited the 3rd one. I was in Intercourse, Pennsylvania. True town. It's the name of a city. I was visiting a place called Kitchen Kettle there. It was a kind of like a little shopping mall, shopping village area that had all kinds of little shops that sold different foods, different kitchen accessories, soaps, candles, these types of things. Very, very homey type of place. And there were a couple of restaurants there also. I picked up a bottle of maple syrup from them that was made in bourbon barrels. I was like, wait a sec. These are Amish folks, Pennsylvania Dutch folks, Amish folks, right? Religious commune folks. And they made maple syrup in bourbon barrels. Like, that's not right. That's not right. So, very good stuff. And I picked up some cheeses and some salami and just delicious stuff. Oh, amazing. So I must have spent like $120 on just cheeses, meats, and maple syrups. Like, okay, that's a thing, and it was so good. Yeah. So that was, and we visited a couple other places. It's kind of weird when the Amish fella charges you, and he doesn't say cash only, but he takes Apple Pay. The Amish took Apple Pay. How does that work? Like, okay, it's the guy working the ice cream stand. It's an Amish guy, and I don't know if it's his niece or his daughter or whatever, and they took Apple Pay. All right, so waved my watch and away we went. So, yeah. How you doing there, IPAX in Germany? Good to see you. Augsburg. Sounds like a nice treat. I thought they are anti-technology. They are. Which was kind of weird that they took Apple Pay. Like, there are things where, in order to maintain their lifestyle, they'll break from that tradition. Like, the ice cream they made was handmade. It wasn't made in a machine. You know what I mean? So, and they were using a refrigerator, freezer at their ice cream stand. So that was a thing. Like, okay. Let me go take a look at how we're doing over on this. Investigating why it can't find the curated secret locations. Looking at the config path, waiting on the findings. Okay, so it might be just a configuration issue we're looking at. IPAX, my goodness. Thanks so much for tuning in from Deutschland. I really want to go back and visit Germany at some point here. Terrible how they lost in the World Cup to Paraguay, but time to change over there. Am I already using the new model GPT-5.6? Asks Robson Praviato. I'm using the auto model, and I don't know what chamomile is, but chamomile, whatever that is, I don't know. That's the one it chose, and I'm sticking to it. So, did you hear the ta-da? Did you hear that ta-da in the background? Hot cold round loader wasn't reliably finding geocache seed during, so the curated added a seed data path resolver. Pull, rebuild, and retry. What are you talking about? Let's take a look. Seed path resolver. Go find me that thing. Nope, not that. No, not said. Seed path resolver? Yeah, that one. So for those of you that are watching on the Gunnar channels, we're taking a look. We're trying to find exactly how this is working, how it's integrating, and what we can do to address the issue. So it's looking for data geocache seed JSON. So that's a it's looking up here, right there, geocache seed.json. It's never going to find that when it deploys, because when it deploys, it's deploying the front end and the source packages. So we need to move that. Hey, Code with Sean, how you doing there, my friend? Good to see you. We've got a slight problem with the location of that seed file, period. When I deploy this to the production space, that data folder is outside of one of the containers that's being packaged and delivered, period. So we should probably move that data folder inside the API project so that it gets packaged and delivered as part of that container and appropriately starts up, finds that file inside the container, and is able to initialize the Redis cache appropriately. Period. While you're at it, say hello to our friends in chat who are watching on Twitch and on the Gunnar channels. There we go. So we'll get this thing spinning up here. The baseball, the Major League Baseball home run derby is going on tonight. Happens to be in Philadelphia, right near me. And I have no idea how they're doing over there. But there's two players from my team, from the Philadelphia Phillies, that are playing tonight. That are playing in the home run derby tonight. And everybody is booing the non-Phillies in the home run derby. Nice. That's Philadelphia for you. Unapologetically a city of neighborhoods and friends. And when you're in Philly, you're family. There was a fantastic post by a couple of French tourists that visited Philadelphia for both of France's World Cup matches in town, and they loved the city. And it's unapologetically a city. It's not trying to be more. It's not trying to dress up. It's not trying to polish things. No, it's Philadelphia is a city, warts and all, that you either love and it loves you back, or you don't like and they will boo you. It doesn't matter who you are, you will be booed. You'll get a Bronx cheer from the folks on Broad Street, especially if you're wearing any color that has to deal with a professional sports team from Dallas, Texas. No offense to our friends from Dallas, but we don't like your sports teams around here. It might be the Rangers. It might be the Stars. Sure. Might be the Mavericks. Okay. But those stinking, rotten Cowboys, we don't want to see any blue and silver in Philadelphia arenas. Oh, boy. Michael Irvin paid a visit to a cheesesteak shop and this weekend it did not go over well. Oh, no. That's good old-fashioned rivalry between sports fans. That's what that is. So, moving that over so it can be packaged in the API container fantastically. Oh, hello to everybody hanging on Twitch and the Gunnar channel. See that? Copilot's waving to you. Hello, Copilot. Gonna send me some Cowboys, Stars, and Rangers gear. Okay. The P.O. box is on the Twitch wall. I wear anything that's sent to me on at least one stream, usually more. You'll see me wear, I haven't worn it in a while. There's a Detroit Tigers hat that I'll wear every now and again. There's the 10X hat that I think one of our European friends sent that one. So, Robson Previato with a question here. Let me go to that question. Happy to bring that up. We can talk about it briefly here. Let me just bring back the Gunnar logo for a second here because it is a Gunnar question. And I'm sure our friends over at Gunnar are happy to hear this question. Does Gunnar have partnerships with local opticians for prescription lenses? I don't think they have partnerships with local opticians in various geographies. You can, if you do want prescription glasses, you can send them your prescription and they will make the lenses for you. On a completely side note, my optician, my eye doctor, was checking out some of the glasses that Gunnar has made for me, prescription lenses that Gunnar has made for me and for my wife, and didn't say they were bad lenses, didn't say they were magnificent lenses, but said they were pretty good lenses for the amount of tech and quality they put in them, compared to when you order a prescription pair of glasses that has all the bells and whistles from your eye doctor. So I don't believe they have partnerships with local opticians. You might be able to contact their support folks and see if you can get a pair of frames sent, and partners at a local eye doctor help you out with that. My daughter has had the lenses for her Gunnar glasses replaced now. She had them replaced once by the eye doctor. They made lenses the right shape for her Gunnar glasses, and she had them swapped in. They weren't amber anymore, but she kept the frames and reused them, and she still wears them. Yeah, she still wears them regularly. So I'll love it, Skinny Stick. Well, thank you. Hey, like I said, I will, anything that somebody sends me, I will happily wear on stream and show it off. So there's going to be like you'll notice there's no New York team hats that show up on stream either. You won't see Giants, Knicks. They wouldn't even bother with Jets. Jets wouldn't work anyway because the green screen would make it disappear. But those don't show up there. Hey, C Sharp Josh, speaking of New York City, great to see you. That's a long question. I'm not going to put it up on screen, but I'm happy to answer it. I'll bring it up right over here. I'm slowly becoming more familiar with Copilot CLI, and I'm curious, when you ask Copilot a suggestion or a change, does Copilot CLI make the change to the actual files, or do you have to go in and make the changes yourself? Can Copilot CLI behave like Copilot Chat in Visual Studio? Yes. It does make the changes and I think right now we've completely pivoted to agentic coding when you're working with Copilot on the CLI. Let me just open another terminal window here and start up Copilot. So and it's kind of changed in Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code, but when you work with them, right, I'm just going to scoot that up so you can see the full screen here. There was plan mode and ask mode, and when you work with those, you're not asking it to write code, but you're asking it a question about the contents that are in the folder. So if you don't use ask or plan to work with that, and you see they've changed it now, it's experimental. It used to be by default you're in ask mode, but when you start interacting, it just starts responding and doing what you tell it to do, and it's going to lean into completing something for you. So it will attempt to do that. However, what I recommend is tell it to start writing a plan. Tell it to write a plan, generate a document from that plan, and save that to disk so you can review it, update it, correct it as need be, and then tell Copilot, okay, go build what's in this document. Then you've got a little bit of a statement of work that you've given to the Copilot agent to go work on, right? And for those of you that are watching out on the Gunnar channels and you're not familiar with how you work with the AI like this to write code, you've probably worked with ChatGPT or using Copilot on copilotmicrosoft.com, or click the Copilot button that's now in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all the other apps and Microsoft Edge. And when you're working with Copilot here at the command line, you can tell it to build applications, to write software for you. So just like in Excel, you can tell it, hey, go write a formula for me, go write a macro for me and it will go and help you automate your Excel sheet. Here, I can tell it, go write parts of a website, a mobile app, a desktop application, some scripts to maintain my environment. You can even set up tasks for it to run on a regular basis, to go analyze stuff out on the web and come back and give you some feedback. So very, very powerful stuff that you have at the command line right here. Hey, bald bearded builder, how you doing there? 90 months. 90 months. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A moderator for 90 months. Wait a sec. That's not a... Wait, let me reread that. What? Thank you so much, my friend. Yes, we've been friends for a long time, and I really appreciate your support out there. Thank you. Robson Previato was asking about Gunnar lenses here, because the current ones for presbyopia have two zones, one for reading and one for computer screen. Yes, they can do this. Ask for bifocal capabilities, and they'll ask for your prescription. So send them a written copy of the prescription, and they'll be able to work through that. Yeah. So, hey, Laura Sarah, good to see you. Yes, congratulations, bald bearded builder. You've lasted that long. 90 months. I don't think I've been streaming for 90 months. That's like almost 8 years. That's like almost the whole time I've been streaming, my friend. Right? Then Twitch is having a seizure. Yes, it is. Twitch be twitching. Twitch be twitching. You know what I'm saying? So let me head back over here. What? Oh no. I've gone too far. I think I broke it. Done broke it. And I need to resume. We're no older than 39. Absolutely. We are not older than 39. Fix hot cold game error. That one right there is what we're looking. All right, and we'll get back into that. Hey, C Sharp Titan, good morning to you in Melbourne, Australia. Look at that. C Sharp Titan now gets to enjoy a nice cup of coffee, watching the live stream, where it's usually the other way around. I'm the one enjoying coffee, and C Sharp Titan's up late watching. How you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for joining us. We're on a Gunnar stream here tonight, hanging out with our friends from Gunnar Glasses, talking about eye care, building a little bit of a game here, and we'll see what we've got here. The test passed. Rebuild, publish, and start again. All right, let's give this another shot here. So I'm going to come over to this Jimmy. Yep, I got to restart that. And we're going to need to rebuild this one and restart those. It's practically, yeah, right, Robson Previato? It's practically bedtime. It's just that late. But you know what? We're going to have a good time tonight. And then we're going to get back together tomorrow morning and do it again. I was actually thinking about playing a little bit of Overwatch tonight, too. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So, taking a look here. All right, that looks like it's working. All right, so back over to this. Let's refresh. Good. Round one of the hot-cold game. Yeah. So, the Where Am I game. I'm actually in bed right now. It's quite comfy here. My sheets are green. Yes, that's right. Because I'm an Eagles fan, I have green bed sheets. Let me see here. Let's see if we can get this started. So, no, still didn't work. Still didn't work. I think it doesn't work. That's what I think. Yeah. We're gonna need to try that again. No, that still doesn't work. Period. Take a look at the Aspire dashboard. You have a skill that lets you connect to Aspire. It's currently running out there, and it looks like it didn't seed the locations properly. Period. Take a look. I'm getting the same error still. See what you can do to fix that, and then let me know. Okay? Okay. Thanks. Bye. I'm polite to my AI. You know? The Eagles, it has nothing to do with them, with not washing them for 90 months. Well, the Eagles are, as we like to call them, University of Georgia North. Ooh. Or maybe an AI clone. Yes. Ooh. Ooh. Where'd it go? I love science fiction movies. Lots of Bama boys. Yeah. Jalen. I love science fiction movies. I like science fiction TV series. What tech guy doesn't? I got, and one of my favorite television series isn't available for streaming, and you can't buy a new version of the DVDs or Blu-rays for the series anymore. I got Westworld. This was one of my favorites when it was on TV. Did you see the Westworld TV series? It was so good. And so I've been rewatching it. So good. But something struck me as I was watching the TV series. Are you familiar? Chat, one's in chat if you've seen the TV series Westworld. Have you seen this? It was on the HBO. You know the HBO. The home box office, right? And they've made it disappear because the viewership of that literally dropped off like a rock being pushed off the side of Niagara Falls when it was just each season it literally dropped like 60% viewership. Just have you seen the Westworld? Let me know, chat. The story of Westworld is this idea of, as Robson Previato says here, AI clones. It in the original movie, in the book, the movie's from the 1970s. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a little creepy. The idea is, and the TV series is creepy too. The idea is that there is a planet that is made up to look like the Old West. And that planet is a gigantic theme park where the uber rich can go and visit and get to play cowboys, running around like it's the Old West, mining and settling land and having a good time, reenacting the American Old West. Okay. Hey, Reg, good to see you. You haven't seen it yet? So you're not going to find the TV series on streaming anymore. You have to buy the DVDs in order to find it. And even then, like, you have to get them secondhand. They're not available firsthand. The TV series, it's not a separate planet, but it's like a separate place. They don't make it entirely clear exactly where geographically it is, but it's on planet Earth. Westworld is, and there's other similarly themed other lands of to this theme park scenario, right? In the series, Anthony Hopkins plays the lead software developer, right? Hey, I'm a lead software developer. How you doing? Except he's from Wales, so he doesn't have that accent. Never mind. So he has there's a senior developer that is building and putting together scenarios, and he's writing a story, and he's programming the hosts, right? The characters that you interact with, the NPCs in Westworld, they're not people. They're robots. They're robots that looked perfectly like other humans. And yeah, you don't remember Anthony Hopkins sounded like he was on The Sopranos? How you doing? Gonna get a little bit of gabagool, a little bit of no, gonna make a sandwich, go down with the boys, go to the bada bing. Anyways, so they program these robots to have a story that they're going to live out, and they're going to encourage their humans that visit to go and interact with, just like we would program NPCs in a game that runs wherever, right? Runs on the web, runs on console, what have you. But they're programming these hosts, and they're not programming them by writing assembly code or JavaScript or C# or Python. They're literally writing prose and loading it into their memory, and that's how they're programming. The Westworld TV series is from 2000. Hang on, it says it right here. Oh dear Lord. 2016 is the first season. So the first season, they probably started filming it in 2015. Like, the TV series was made 10 years ago, and they were programming artificial intelligence robots with Markdown, effectively. Interesting, isn't it? That's how we program AI today. So, right, we software developers, folks that are in the tech industry, when you watched the TV series and you saw how they were carrying a tablet and they would dictate the story, they would dictate commands into the tablet, or, right, they would dictate a command to the robot and it would listen. Like, that's real. Now, 10 years later, writing software, controlling artificial intelligence, not with C#, not with C++, not with assembly, with Markdown, with prose, that you, me, our grandparents, our kids could write, like kindergartners could write instructions for an agent now. Think about that. It's good to see. Mind if I just call you 923? The last three digits there. How you doing there, 923? Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. It was a great show. I just did? Well, I might have. It was a beautiful thing. Hey, forget about it, okay? So I'm rewatching it. I'm only through like the first 4 episodes of season 1. So it was like 10 episodes in season 1, 10 in season 2, and then 8 in the last 2 seasons. It was only on for 4 seasons. And with all HBO TV series, they weren't out year after year. There was an in-between year in between. And HBO is notorious for having a really long time between seasons. So much so that, like, the Game of Thrones spinoff that's on, there was so much time between the first season and the second season that I completely forgot the characters and was like, I don't care about this anymore. I tried to go back and rewatch it, and I was like, I just don't care about this anymore. Let me change up my Gunnar glasses here. I'm going to go over, take off the Fallout glasses. I realized they were casting a weird shadow on my eyes. And I'm going to go over to the octagonal glasses. These are the Novato. Nice and light, octagonal, sharp octagonal corners there. Look kind of cool. I kind of like, these have grown on me a bit. Let's go back over and take a look and see what's going on with the code. Disclosure Day. Did I like it? I did not see Disclosure Day. No. Alien Earth. That's right. You mentioned about Alien Earth Season 2 coming out. I am looking forward to that. Ooh. I was just wearing it the other day, right? I have my Weyland-Yutani, right? The corporation, the evil corporation from Alien Earth. I have their hat. so I can look like a janitor from the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. Very cool. Love Alien is easily my favorite series. Easily. Very much looking forward to season 2. I don't want to give away how season 1 ended, but it sure sets up some interesting bits in season 2. And we know the timing of the Alien Earth series is right after the first Alien movie and before the second Alien movie. If you understand my timing there, right? So in the story of Sigourney Weaver as Lieutenant Ripley has her run-in with the xenomorph with the alien in the first Alien movie. And word gets back, and the Weyland-Yutani Corporation learns about the alien, about the xenomorph. The series picks up right after that, and the sets are beautiful. Re-implementations, reimagining of those sets from the 1970s. Just amazing how they've duplicated that look and feel of horrific spaceships. Spaceships from the horror genre. So lots. You watch The Long Walk. Okay, that's one that I was interested in watching as well. I bet it was interesting. I've heard things about that story as well. The Oculus eye creature in Alien was very creepy. The Oculus and the lamb, the sheep. Ooh, those two, right? I mean, okay, the sheep was controlled by the eye creature. Yeah. Like every time that came on screen, like the two latest Alien movies I can't watch because they've gone from being science fiction and horror to just splatter gore, and I'm not interested in that. It was very unsettling. Oh my gosh, yes. And my weakness when it comes to horror is eyeball gore. Like anything with the eyes. I'm going to wear my Gunnar glasses and protect my eyes. And for some reason, those stupid people on the Nostromo weren't. And now there's an eyeball creature. So, a word to the wise, wear your Gunnar glasses, and you won't have an eyeball creature bugging you. I can't back that up. I am not a lawyer. I don't know where there are eyeball creatures. But I do know that Gunnar glasses protect your eyes. So maybe it'll help. And to my producer out there from Gunnar that's watching, I'm making no claims. Anyways, let's get back to what it's doing here. Found and fixed the second live issue. The running API was finding the C file, but deserializing it with the wrong JSON options. Womp womp. Rebuilt it with the fix, ready to watch the fresh logs. Are you? That's so kind. It says it is. Okay, so what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? When you click start round again, sure, I'll do that. I'll do that. Let me go back over here. So there, and then start round. Hey, round started. Okay. Clicked it. Waiting for the next round. So what did it do anything? It says round started. Now what? Okay. You ta-da'd me, but what? And playing my success queue. Let's see here. So it shows loaded. My latest post, return 200. Say hi to everyone on Twitch and the Gunnar channels. Am I supposed to see an update on the map site now that encourages me to start guessing? Question mark? Because no change has happened. Like, this is supposed to start here. Hey, look, right over there. Now, that's not right. I suspect something didn't. How you doing there? Is it Jubali? Hello? Or Ubali? I got nothing happening here. What'd you do here? Quick start round, switch there right away. Yeah, I did. So let's put these side by. I want to put these side by side. Yeah, like that. Sure. No, I want to ask an AI chatbot. No. Split view. And over on. Okay. We're doing it live with the Firefox. Have a good one there, Robson. Take care. So now what? End match. Start match. Okay. Okay. Start round. No, I click start round and nothing happens. Nah, comma. I clicked start round and nothing is updated on the screen. Period. Also, we shouldn't show the big game square unless a game is either starting or in progress. Right? We want to get that right. Only show the game when there is a game. So now it's going to go investigate. Yeah. No public results yet. Like, I want to know. Like, that works, but what's that over there? Let's see what we get here. Backend phase, hide the public overlay when the game is idle. Normalize dashboard controls. Yeah, there we go. Get that all lined up here. All right. This is where you find most of your GitHub tokens get used up asking the agent to fix something. Yes. Yes. That's totally a thing. The round and round cycle, getting it to fix and understand things that it built that don't quite work. And that can be frustrating. I get it. I've only used 3.8 AI credits so far. I don't know why. Like, let's use a more sophisticated model and dive into this thing and actually figure it out, you know? Like, there's a thing there. Fix is validated. Yeah. Hard to refresh the page. Okay. Start match. Start round. Log in with Twitch to guess. No! It's really off on this thing working. So we've got some problems logistically that we have to work through, right? We've got some problems here that I want the team to look at. When the game starts, we should prompt users to log in with their Twitch account if they're not already logged in. Period. This gives them an opportunity to join the game before a round starts. Period. We should show the streamer on the dashboard how many people are logged in with Twitch and ready to play their round of the game. Period. Additionally, when the round of guesses opens up, I'm not able to authenticate with Twitch. The button doesn't work. Period. Additionally, when the round is over, it doesn't reveal the hidden location and score results. Period. It should always reveal the location and score results, and then show those results both on the map to the viewers and to the streamer on the dashboard. Period. I think that's enough to work on for now. Send the team to go look at those couple of issues and get back to me when you're done. Ta-da. Because if it's going to ta-da at me, I'm going to ta-da back at it. Ta-do, ta-ta, ta-tee. Here we go. Make it happen. Tracked work streams, sending the team to investigate. That's right. And it's using Squad. Ta-da! GPT-5.6 Soul. I don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Digital Drummer Jay, happy Monday to you. It's going well. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we're writing some code with a little bit of AI help here. The public map bootstrap is definitely part of the problem, but leaves viewer login URL blank. Oh. Yeah. So the call to action has no destination. Bummer. All right, let's make it. Let's go do that. So we're adding a find the location game to our map. And hopefully it works. Sol is the 5.6 technical model. They also have a non-technical model. Ah, thank you. Honestly, keeping up with some of the latest changes in the models that are being released, it is itself a full-time job, and I've got other things that I have to get done and be productive with. So, like, I just want that summarized and kind of injected in my brain when it's ready to be reviewed. You know what I mean? So I was thinking more and more about that Westworld way of programming, and it made me want to work on my cyber deck more. Like, well, that's working because I can do this. So you remember I was working on this job, right? The idea of a cyber deck is you're building a computer from scratch, which is something that feels very attainable now in 2026, right? Especially when we think about a Raspberry Pi and all the various little bits of hardware that you can cobble together and create a portable computer. Well, my idea was, and I've been working on this since December. My idea was I don't just want something with buttons and keys on it. I want toggle switches. I want to put extra displays wherever I want and LEDs wherever I want. And I've named mine the Neon Link Mark 1. And I'm putting a e-ink display on the outside with a couple of LEDs. So on the user side, it's going to look a little bit like this. Maybe like that. Where, great, I've got a keyboard, I've got a touchpad, but I've got LED screens and an LCD screen on the sides, on these wings, is what I have been referring to them as. And I've been designing the wings because I'm not designing a laptop. I'm designing a cyber deck, something that's practical, that can be used wherever the heck I want, that does a heck of a lot more than just a laptop, because a laptop is just so boring. So I have my connections in front of me here, because I'm going to connect the power on the side, but all the connection stuff I'm going to wire up in the front, because the back is the showpiece that everybody's going to see. And these two wings, they fold over into the middle, and then the top folds down. My idea was I started building widgets that are going to run on these little mini screens on the sides. And I've been writing the software for it. And we're getting somewhere. So that was the initial design. So I've got, that's the circuit board on the back of the OLED display. Okay. I have a touchpad that looks like this that I'm going to screw into the one side. I'm going to 3D print all the parts. And I've been working on this and iterating on it, and I think I'm getting somewhere. It's printing the parts that are going to be the actual case for this device that's going to be a pain in the neck. But I've been getting somewhere with the software for this. So I'm building it based on a Raspberry Pi, right? We like a Raspberry Pi. Leviani, 93 months. Woo! Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. 93 months of support. Yeah, that helps us run some of the websites and things that we have here on stream. Thank you so much for that support. Stay calm and keep coding. I shall. Thank you so much for the support there. And yeah, we're gonna keep building. So my idea was I started writing source code that's going to run as a service in the background on the Raspberry Pi that will do all of the hardware software management to put widgets that run on these little screens, activate and allow me to configure these macro buttons to do different things. So I can control them. And importantly, allow me to set content to appear on that e-ink display on the front. Have I itemized each item in a spreadsheet and how much the overall cost will be? Hold that thought. Yes and no. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. So I'm running right now with the Raspberry Pi 3B. I have one of those, and I'm going to use it for development right now. I'm going to eventually get a Pi 5 with 16 gig to use. A USB thumb drive to help with the chassis for storage. 7-inch touchscreen, I've got that one. 4.2-inch e-ink, got that one too for the outside of the lid. And OLED displays, 2.4-inch OLED displays for the wings. There's one on each side. There's an LCD that's on the left wing. There's tactile buttons, 12 of them. Two rows of 3 on each side. Okay? I don't know why it says 8 used, but it came in a bag of 50. I've got a USB touchpad. I have a mini keyboard that I can use. I'm not sure if I want the Macaulay keyboard. The screw terminals, got them. Ordered them, got them. And then the LED strips, I already have them for the nameplate. So I've got the parts. Now you need to get your Pi 5 running your LiDAR services. Ooh. Okay. Yes, Copilot has hallucinated on some things, no doubt. But I always find that it's possible to reset an SD card and get it running again. So let's do this. While I've got this running here, right, I want to move you into the middle. Yeah. Based on the hardware inventory, can you get prices for each of the line items and add that price as another column for each row? Hang on. Can you get prices from Amazon? From each row and a grand total at the bottom. Go do that. To the question from earlier, right? We're running as an agent here. It used to have agent, plan, or ask mode, and we don't really have that anymore. Yeah, I don't want to attach anything. So you just kind of run a command that says, okay, hey, plan this thing out. Or explain, right? And ask it a command about something that it's looking at. So, start the MCP server so you can go and use the Playwright, browse the web. How are we doing with the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby? I'm eager to see how my Philadelphia Phillies do in this. There are 2 teammates, and it looks like they're waiting to the end for them to bat. Murakami only finished with 9. Womp womp. But Schwarber and Harper are coming up. And they both hammer. The Missing Solution Explorer. You were stupid enough to use Copilot to help setting up Jetpack on the net. I haven't had. I actually had really good luck with that Leverage access and let it go and just set up things on the Pi. I had good luck with that. I was using Opus, was the model that I had been using. And maybe loading up some skills with details about Raspberry Pi hardware and software would help. But I just went raw on it. I didn't actually load or configure anything. Oh, Solution Explorer and VS Code. C# Titan. What if we did this? What if you just gave me a brilliant idea, my friend. What if we did this? Let me go back to the picture of the device here, right? And just kind of bring that up while we're looking here. What if I put the Solution Explorer on one of the LED screens? And you could browse around the Solution Explorer on a completely different screen on the side. Like, that's an extension for VS Code that would be for a party, for an audience of one. But that would be really cool, wouldn't it? To have just a little screen there that has the Solution Explorer on it. Like, these are the files in the folder. Oh, you used Copilot Chat. Oh, yeah. Okay. That great point, Leviani. Copilot Chat doesn't know tech. Like, it knows a little bit about tech. It generated this image. But it doesn't have the grounding and training on just technology things. Yeah. GitHub Copilot will get you there. I used GitHub Copilot to build my my Nutcracker music box. Were you here when I talked about the Nutcracker music box? I know some of you were. Like, that was a thing. Let's see, camera roll. And it's going to be 2025. Yeah, I think like I programmed the Nutcracker music box. Yeah. Like, I'm using the exact same techniques here with this thing. And I was using a Raspberry Pi Zero, and it shorted out and we had the magic smoke experience. Oops. What, he's still downloading over here? Come on now. C# Fritz Copilot, that's a Copilot you'd pay for? I'm warning you now, it's going to say nothing but nonsense and jabberjaw all the time, and just have an attitude that you don't want to deal with. I had someone suggest to me that the way that I express my facial expression, come over here, thank you. The facial expressions that I have and the voice they said I really should get in touch with an acting agent and talk to somebody about being an extra or a character actor in television series or something. It's like, I hadn't thought of that. Hello, the dragon. How you doing there? You'd ask your C# Fritz Copilot to help with Java coding. I'm not bad. I'm not bad at Java. 95 cents a month? Yes. For you, 94. You like Cursor? What do you like about Cursor? Tell me more. Like, what's that do for you? It's not playing my audio clip here. It's an MOV file. It should be playing. Like, let's go. There it goes. Right? So I had a website here. You could see the one that I burnt out. Oh no, that's the connector to the light panel here. And I have it scroll across Merry Christmas. Like, that whole design was done. You can't see it. Done it. Like, there's the Raspberry Pi. It's behind me. But this whole design on this LED matrix was done by Raspberry Pi. It wrote all the code for it. So, and the website that I used to control the whole thing. I turned the Raspberry Pi network wireless network card into a broadcast so that you could connect into the Raspberry Pi with your phone. And then it hosted a website on a little web server running on the Raspberry Pi, and you could control the lights and the music that was played. I'm doing the exact same thing, but I'm building a cyberdeck. Polishing up bot integrations. Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you, Woodlow. VS Code, but AI things are slightly smoother. Interesting. Okay. I've heard some folks say they like the integrations with Cursor better. Cursor is VS Code. It's a VS Code extension. PC nerd, how you doing there? I am waiting for the Philadelphia Phillies in the home run derby. Let's see how they do. The Cursor AI model is cheap, not too bright, not too dumb, but fast. Okay. I'm doing all right. We are trying to fix viewer auth is cookie only today. After Twitch callback, nothing has persisted. Okay, so what did you do here? Did you fix it? I told you to fix it. Fix it. Isolated. You to Dodd for me. Tell me what's done here. Get to the end. Summarize this. Patched and validated. Twitch login button. Okay. Hi, chat. 75 stream streak. Man, PC nerd. Impressive. Hats off to you. Yeah, I had to keep that streak going. Here, I'm trying to throw you off, aren't I? Let's take a look back over here. Let's see if we can restart the API. Okay. I'm going to hard refresh on the left. And end the match. Okay. Start the match. It should come up and prompt me to be able to, yes, log in with Twitch to guess. Womp womp. I'm getting an authorization denied when I try to log in with Twitch with a redirect match error. Are we trying to reuse the streamer Twitch login and we're running into that redirecting to the wrong place? Question mark. Maybe we can include a payload with the login to Twitch button URL that indicates we should be coming back to this streamer's channel and their map. And we can use the same redirect as the streamer Twitch login. Period. What do you think? Let me know. Okay, thanks. Bye. Claude knows why? Oh, our friend Claude. I do like Opus. I like working with Opus a lot. The way that it thinks and is so talkative. Yeah. I do. But slug specific callback URI, which is the kind of URI Twitch won't wildcard match. Right. So if we include, yeah, generating unique slug specific viewer callback URI, Twitch doesn't like that. Yeah. Single registered callback plus payload, return slug. That's why you still need to know how to develop so that you can tell Copilot you're wrong. You're wrong. GitHub Copilot. Ah! I've become a fan of the blackberry ginger ale. I'm just a fan of the blackberry all the way around, whether it's the blackberry whiskeys or the ginger ale. Let me see. So, what time does Friday's AI workshop start? Normal time, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. We're going to be going live on Friday. So if you're watching on the Gunnar channels and you want to learn more about how we're talking to the AI like this, talking. That's a Philly word, talk. T-A-W-K, talk. We talk. I'm going to be teaching about how you can vibe code better. I'm going to teach about how you can add AI into your applications, how you can observe how your AI works. I'm going to show you how to use AI capabilities to add memory to your applications. Really, really neat stuff. All happening on Friday as part of an AI workshop we're going to be doing live on my channels. So, let's see. I'm keeping up with the home run derby here with the baseball. The baseball. CodePath is updated, running the test slice is good. While that's running, let me come over here. C# Titan with a question. It's the kind with an E in it. Let's start there. Have I tried the Japanese whiskey? Yes. I have tried a few Japanese whiskey. Man, Japanese whiskey, they really emulate Scotch well. Scotch whiskey. And a big fan of Scotch whiskey. Love me a nice glass. Are you looking for what type of whiskey do I enjoy? Or are you looking for which brand I prefer? I don't have a favorite Japanese whiskey yet. There are several scotches that our friend Richard Campbell introduced me to. That, man alive, you get a tour of the world when you try Scotch with Richard Campbell. Let me tell you. My favorite Scotch is Macallan 18. Johnny Walker, I can't get in on Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker and the blends, give me a good single malt. Macallan 18 is the one that I really like. I really like Glenlivet 12. That's a nice Scotch. bourbon, when you talk about not just American whiskey, but you talk about bourbon, yeah. I am head over heels for Blanton's. Chivas is nice. Blanton's, if you haven't had Blanton's yet, it is the smoothest, nicest whiskey. There's my ta-da letting me know that co-pilot's done. Blanton's is just amazing. I've had Weller, which the Weller Special Edition supposedly is almost identical to Pappy Van Winkle. Didn't knock my socks off, but Blanton's, yes, it's amazing. Canadian, the only Canadians that I've really had are the different types of Crown Royal, and Crown Royal is practically a mixer at this point. It's fantastic. It's my nightly, like just any day of the week, I will pick up a glass of Crown Royal, no problem, no questions asked. Crown Royal. Jim Beam, nah. That's another daily one that I'll drink because it's only $15 a bottle. Nice and cheap, and it's okay. But my whiskey favorites reside. But I'll bounce around and try out different things. You've never touched alcohol in your life, PC nerd? Good for you. You know what? Seriously, I'm never going to tell someone you need to drink alcohol. I'm never going to tell you need to drink alcohol. If you enjoy it, great. If you don't and it's not your thing, that's okay too. Stream died? No, it didn't. Oh my gosh, it did die. Are we back? It looks like we're back. Literally, my connection just completely shut off. Looks like we're back. I didn't drop any frames, just the connection completely cut. So where was I? You feel like you're missing out on something when you hear people talk about stuff like that? PC nerd, I think of the way people talk about whiskeys and alcohol the same way that you'll hear some folks talk about cigars. Cigars, I've had my taste of cigars when I was younger, and it wasn't my cup of tea. I tried it. I've had a few. Really? Is my network is still okay here? I think looks like we're still good on the Gunnar channels. Yeah, I'm still broadcasting on the Gunnar channels, all right. But something happened to with my connection out to Restream. Let me give it a second here. Yeah, the encoding's overloaded because you aren't pushing to the endpoint here. Hang on. We're going to try and get reconnected here. Come on. Are we back connected? Seriously? Like, Restream is just dead. Come on now. Hang on, we're trying to get back online here with my other channels. 1 second. There it is. There we go. Now we're back. Looks like I'm reconnected. Yeah, I feel like Restream went offline. But we're back. Yeah, there it is. And streamer map is reconnected. Yeah, we're gonna. There we go. Yep. All right. Whoa. It's in and out. I'm broadcast. Oh my gosh. No, it's not. It's laggy. What the heck happened again? Just trying. There we go. Now, nope. It's stuttery. I'm trying to keep an eye on things here. No, that looks like it's. That looks like it's live. It's got a lot of lag. 18 months for Code with Sean as a moderator. Look at that. Yeah, now we're good. There's something in the background that's just eating processor. All right, let me continue. Nope. Yeah. No, we're good. Much better now? Good. I'm still a little bit. There's a bit of a delay. in the video and my broadcast here. It's like 10, 15 seconds. It is a long delay. And now I'm dropping frames. Okay. Yeah, video driver update, right? We're going to go break you. Yeah, thanks. I wouldn't be surprised if, something sneaky happened. So this wants me to restart everything over here. So let me restart things and we'll give it another shot. There's nothing changed on the front end, so we should be okay. Just going and starting there. Okay, so log in with Twitch to guess. No, I'm still getting redirect mismatch. So back over here, log in to Twitch. No. No, it's not going to the right location. When I go to log in, I keep getting the redirect URI mismatch. We need to have that come in with the payload of the channel to redirect to. Something like that. Yeah. And then we'll get that fixed. It moved the cached potential secret locations. Right. It's there inside services. There it is. I don't want it to go to countries. I want it to go to a city. You know? So we have to guess a city name. Because I feel like a country is too big, right? Or a state. You're going to guess Texas? Where in Texas? The whole state. That's a pretty big winning condition. Italy is the winner of this time. Italy? The whole country? Not Rome? Not Venice? Not Milan? Italy. The whole boot. Yeah, that's... No. Also, for the list of potential locations to be selected for this game, they should be cities, not countries or states. Period. Countries and states are too large for the pinpoint accuracy that we want folks to have with this game. Like, go fix that. So I was showing briefly over there. I was working on some of the code for the cyber deck. Does that make Sicily the... That's right. Right, so for the cyber deck idea, I asked it to add prices to the hardware C# Titan was asking about. So yeah, go ahead, keep those changes and show me what that looks like. Yeah. That's fine. Show me. So, do I really need to drop this into an Excel sheet and summarize that? Fuck. Excel. Yeah. Blank workbook. There we go. What are you doing? No, I didn't. Right, so open that up, something like that. Back over here. We want the font to be red. So I'm not going to. Yeah, sure, I'll include the 5 and get rid of the 3. I'll leave the LED strip on there. So let's well, come on. So I'm looking at about $590 for just the hardware. That's not bad. The keyboard, I think I have another keyboard that I can use, but about $600 to fully trick out that, and I'm not including the price of filament for the parts that I'm going to 3D print for this device. So C# Titan was asking for a price. We're looking at about $600 for it. So no, it's not $150. Yeah, I don't want to see countries and states in there. What are you doing? And then rerun. Where is it? But I had started down this idea of so I have my hardware. So I've got a library for the hardware here, because there's several displays with different constants and things about how to interact with it. Yeah, there's C# Titan. So I don't have to buy RAM because the Raspberry Pi has it already on board, system on chip. So I don't need to buy RAM. I have to worry about hard drive space, and I was just going to use a USB thumb drive for right now. Eventually, I'll put on a hat with a with an M.2 drive. And then I have a hardware abstraction layer here. No, not my CAD. So that I can mock and work with interfaces for the various interactions. And then I'm building a service, right? A hosted service that'll run as a service daemon in the background on the Pi that manages displaying and updating content. So I started writing some widgets here, like a Wi-Fi status provider. So I want to close this. How do I close this? No, you go away. No, close. I want to close you. Why won't you close? Because it's hiding over there. So, right, I want to be able to show on one of my LEDs a widget that is, here's the Wi-Fi strength and your IP address and the name of the wireless access network that you're on. Am I getting the Pi 5 with an AI module? No. It's a hat you can get on it? No. Because if I want to do AI interactions, I'll connect out to the cloud and I'll use Copilot, I'll use anti-gravity, I'll use Codex, what have you. I don't want to build to support that kind of hardware. This thing's already going to be the size of a dictionary. With all the gadgetry that's on board this, it's going to be the size of a dictionary. But I love the idea we have this really crazy idea for a widget that we can configure and put on the LED screen and maybe control with some of the macro keys. Period. What if we wrote a custom Visual Studio Code Solution Explorer that Visual Studio Code presents on the LED screen of our cyber deck? Question mark. Is that possible? What's involved with that? Talk me through the plan of how we would organize something like that to work. Period. It feels like there's a Visual Studio extension built in there that's going to communicate with a service that we write that knows how to present the content on the LED screen, on the left or right wing, wherever we decide to display it. Probably the right wing, because we're a monster like that and put our Solution Explorer on the right side. You see what you made me do here, Chad? Hey, H. Mendoza, hello. That's right, Fritz at night. Welcome to Fritz After Dark. How you doing? My name is Jeff Fritz, and you're joining me for Gunnar Hour here live on Fritz After Dark. Hello, chat room. What's anti-gravity? Anti-gravity is Google's rebranding of Gemini. I need to be careful about Fritz After Dark and how I enjoy the radio medium there for a little bit. Somebody's going to run out and reserve the domain name onlyfritz.com. Ooh, how you doing? So, now you know why Mrs. Fritz likes when I call home. Oh, okay. Copilot's got some feedback for me. Let's take a look. There's a lot going on here, not gonna lie. Because Visual Studio Code took away our Solution Explorer, we want to build our own Solution Explorer that only runs on our hardware for an audience of one. VS Code extension with the CyberDeck service bridge is the right architecture. I got it right. All right. I already have the foundation for it. Display routing by display ID in the display router. Macro action pipeline. Widget scheduling host. Yeah. Existing right OLED target. Okay. DI composition. What the Solution Explorer on the right wing really means. You do not mirror the full native VS Code tree UI. That's right. You build a compact CyberDeck-friendly Explorer viewport. C# Titan, I hope you're enjoying your coffee, your morning tea. Please don't tell me that you do the breakfast beans in Australia like the monsters do in London. Love our English friends out there. Someone does own it. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was a thing. Current folder, file focus, small visible tree window that's scrollable. Selection cursor, a status line. Maps well to 128 by 64 OLED. I could do that with Azure resources too, couldn't I? Couldn't I? All right. VS Code extension, local bridge protocol, CyberDeck widget surface, yeah, macro key command channel back to extension. Yeah. Right? So the macro keys that I'm going to put, let me go back to the image. Back to, no, it's not in those markdowns. This one. So we could put a little Solution Explorer that you could scroll in here and control navigating that with the macro buttons down here. That would be if I was left-handed. I'm a monster who would do this on the right side, though. That's not a bad idea. I like where you've pointed us here, C# Titan. Extension computes the compact tree model from workspace and file watchers. Extension pushes model deltas to the CyberDeck bridge endpoint. The CyberDeck service stores the latest model snapshot. Widget refresh renders snapshot to OLED right. Macro keys navigate, select, and back commands. Send those intents back to the extension, and the extension executes. Yes! Yes! What is this, a military-grade computer? No, it's a computer for ants. For kids who think good and stuff. I'm not very good at a Derek Zoolander accent, I'm sorry. No, the idea was I wanted to build a very hacker-friendly, developer-friendly laptop. And let's face it, as developers, there's one thing that we all want in our computers, and that's screen size. And a laptop only comes with if I'm buying one of 7, 8, 11-inch display, what if I could add extra displays? Because I can hardwire them in on a Raspberry Pi, and that's what I'm doing. This device has 5 displays. The main display in the middle that is typical OLED screen that displays whatever. You have a 17-inch laptop? Fantastic. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I've had my fair share of 17-inch laptops. I've also got my fair share of back pain because of 17-inch laptops that I've carried around Microsoft Ignite. It was not a happy experience. But it was a happy experience. It wasn't happy because of my backpack. I loved all the places I could go, and at the end of the day, I went back to the hotel room, and there was a red bruise right here the whole way. It heavy, yes. I don't care how strong you are. You get to the end of the day, toting one of those around for 8 hours, and you go, that's enough. I have no idea how much this is going to weigh, but I'm building it. And I think the idea of having these extra displays. Now, wait, there's only 4 displays there. That's because the 5th is e-ink display in the lid. $200 hiking backpack to carry it. Nice. Nice. This feels doable. I'm going to iterate on this. I love the idea you've given us, C# Titan here. Let's take a quick look back over here. 1 second. So it's still going, working on this. It's now city only on the locations. I don't think so. I'm going to have to test that. But it's almost 10 o'clock here. I need to wrap up. We started getting somewhere, and this is one of the big problems, one of the big things that you see with building with AI today. You can build and generate user interfaces, and they get somewhere, and they do cool things. And you can build cool interactive user interfaces, but then when you need to start to test and interact and do authentication and authorization, things get a little wonky, and it gets a little bit tricky and difficult to manage. And that's where we are right now, is we're knee deep in that. And I'm going to come back tomorrow at my normal time, and we're going to continue this. We're going to continue going through and seeing what we can do here to fix and correct this, because I think there's something to this. So, hey, big thanks to everybody that tuned in and joined us here this evening for an evening stream. Big thanks to you out there that might be watching on the Gunnar channels. Hope you found some great glasses out there that are really cool to wear. Big thanks to our friends at Gunnar for hosting us tonight. It's late. I need to call it a night and move along and get some bed so I can stream in the morning. Your high school graduation present was a 17-inch laptop? Ooh. Like 12 pounds or something? Not great? Yeah. 12 pounds doesn't sound heavy. Yeah, I can pick that up and carry it around. But when you're carrying that for hours, it's a lot. It's a lot. You carrying that on a plane, it's a lot. So, all right. Let me see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network that I can get you reconnected to that might be doing something fun. If you're watching on the Gunnar channels, make sure you pick up a pair of Gunnar glasses. They're fantastic. All kinds of genres available, designs for all kinds of faces, for genders. You can find exactly what you're looking for, all right? Make sure you check them out. Oh my gosh, I got to do this. We got to rate our friend Ellie Face. She's hosting a cooking stream over there, and I rarely get a chance to rate her. So let's go raid and say hi to our friend Ellie Face as they're doing a home cooking stream, all right? Have a fantastic rest of your day, wherever you might be. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.